those new regulations on the internet were in place. We're talking that net neutrality, would our binge watching be interrupted by that spinning wheel of death? Let's bring in the man himself, digital trends editor-chief, Jeremy Kaplan. All right, Jeremy, let's say the FCC had already passed net neutrality and the government was in charge of the speeds and the lanes because they had to make it fair. How would it be watching House of Cards under those circumstances?
The challenge is exactly what you're presenting, that all of a sudden everyone wants to have access to this content. And Netflix is this enormous force in internet traffic. Last year, 30% of internet traffic was Netflix videos. And if something happens like House of Cards, all of a sudden everyone wants that access to the same stuff right away. It's easy to think maybe it would slow down. That is definitely a risk. I don't think that the government regulation is necessarily going to slow things down, however. I mean, think about...
Then why are they doing it? In other words, why do they want to regulate it like a quote-unquote public utility? Because it seems to me the backdrop for everything this administration does is fairness. So wouldn't they break it out into equal lanes so that everyone gets the same speed, even if it's a slow speed?
Well, yeah, that's the dream. That's the ideal. And this is a very idealistic policy. I mean, let's hope that there isn't bureaucratic red tape that shuts everything down. It is idealistic, and it says let's keep things nice and fair like that. In theory, this rule will actually keep Netflix up and running.
All right, so everybody loves House of Cards. People love to binge watch, even though I think this is an invitation to the chiropractor. So here's the thing. Will people realize that with this policy takes effect? Because when it takes effect, nothing drives people more to the brink of insanity than having Netflix not being able to load up or to download. So that makes people nuts. Will people realize that possibly and start complaining on social media because that blows up and explodes? Yeah. Well, do you think, can you see in the future they're still complaining about government policy slowing it down?
You know, net neutrality is the one government issue that's really rallied a lot of people up recently.
Even though we hate that term, it's wonky.
I can't stand the term. It's
a two-speed internet, yeah.
Here's a great example for why you should care. You pay a phone company to make a phone call. Point A, point B. They don't listen in. They don't stop certain phone calls. But what if all of a sudden you couldn't call Papa Gino's because your phone company had a deal with Pizza Hut or something? You'd be up in arms, right? You want your pizza. Give me my pizza.
Right.
That's what net neutrality is supposed to control. We don't want regulations over which type of pizza you're ordering online. You want to be able to get whatever pizza you can.
Right. Although, wouldn't we say that the net has been extraordinarily successful? It was crudely developed by the government. The private sector went in there and made it what it is today, where it's created millionaires, hundreds of thousands, millions of jobs around the world. It's brought people out of poverty. It's created ideas and innovation. Why tinker with that? No one believes that the government will make it better.
Well, there have been a couple examples of large companies stepping in, particularly when it comes to Netflix, regulating some things, dabbling and meddling in some things, giving you that spinning wheel. So some of this regulation is, pie in the sky because maybe this could happen. But, what if? What if you couldn't get your Pizza Hut all of a sudden?
We have yet to hear from Al Gore weighing in on this because, he invented the internet. So we're just waiting to hear from the
He gets his royalty checks either way. Thanks a lot, Jeremy.